Well, I guess this is the third installment of the vlog with the rainforest sound effects in the background. So calendar videos I've just finished editing, they're done and all that sort of stuff. And now I'm back at the airport and I'm going to Lisbon. So I'm going for a week. Really not much. Packed, said goodbye to Mom and Gran who dropped me at the airport. Then I caught the monorail. The monorail was great. It's sort of the same thing as always. Got into the lounge, always a good start. Free lunch, mac and cheese, free drinks, and I took an apple for the flight because it's going to be 3 hours. It's long, but hey, it's worth it. Flight was nice and cheap. And yeah, so here we go. Time to fly to Lisbon. So I've made it to Lisbon. It's 3 hours after I filmed in Gatwick. So far I'm outside the airport. It's quite warm actually. It's warmer than it was in Crawley, so that's a good start, and it's nighttime. It's 7 o'clock right now. I'm hopefully going to get the metro and then try and find my way back to the hostel. But so far it's turning out pretty good. Flight was really smooth. Nothing major happened. I slept for an hour, I think. And so now it's time to go. And one thing to add, the airport didn't have any Wi-Fi, which was strange. There wasn't even a single network that I could connect to, but just something to keep in mind for next time. So we're going from there all the way down, and then I'll change there to get down to Rossio. Okay, so I'm going to use this opportunity as my update. I got to the metro alright. I bought one of these Viva Via-Gem cards, which is basically like a metro ticket, or if you've gone to London, it's like an Oyster card where you can use this to top it up for different journeys. So today I just bought a sort of a one-way ticket straight down to Rossio. Well, I bought a one-way ticket, and I'm assuming it can get me to Rossio. It'll be interesting. It says that the train comes in sort of a 1.5 minute wait, so it should be pretty quick. It's a lot thicker than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be sort of papery like a train ticket, but it's kind of cardboardy. It's thicker than I was expecting. But here we go. So I just got out the metro station at Rossio. Let me just focus that. And you come out with this statue behind you, and then I think that's castle above me. But still, you walk out of a metro station and you see a castle. That's pretty impressive. Okay, time to find the hostel. So I just walked down there from the metro, and that's the landmark to find the hostel. And so this is the little street that my hostel's in, which is quite interesting. It's kind of quiet, and so it's a little bit creepy. But every sort of crossing road is a main road, so that's quite nice and satisfying. Makes me feel better. I'm still trying to find my hostel, and I just stumbled upon a church. So there you go. Touristing while trying to find the hostel. This is pretty good. I like this city. It's quiet and just kind of peaceful, but it's quaint with all these weird alleys with cobblestone. I like it. And this inconspicuous looking building is my hostel. Bad news, I walked all the way down that road, past the church, and was like, where's the hostel? Came all the way back up to where the monument is, the, something just the tower, I don't know. And it's right here. Good news, I found the hostel. Bad news is, it's creepy as all hell. That terrified me. I have never been in a one-wide elevator that has a weird mechanical door. This is creepy. Alright, so I made it to the hostel, alright? And this is my room. I'm sharing it with only one other person who's there. And everything's right. So, crazy people always seem to find me. The lady that's staying in my room in the hostel, I asked a very simple question of, oh, where can I find cheap Portuguese food? And then she was like, oh, I'll show you. That's not the answer that you're looking for. You look for, oh, just up the street to the right. So she'd been trying to show me around for the past 2 hours. It's now 11 o'clock and I still haven't found any food. I eventually I found these people for like a university tour that were doing a pub crawl. So I was like, oh, I'll go and join them. And eventually she was like, oh, I don't want to do that. And so she went back to the hostel. And now I'm still trying to look for freaking cheap Portuguese food. At least I have a story to tell. I'll have to tell in more detail when I get home. But so far, I'm really liking Portugal. Lisbon, at least. Because you just walk up and down these really steep hills. It's bizarre. And then you're walking along these quaint little alleyways. And then here, just a random staircase going down. And then you back onto another little alleyway. The only thing that's a bit dodgy here is the amount of guys that just come up to you and offer you weed or cocaine or anything. And they just bluntly say it, they don't even whisper it or anything. Another just random staircase to go up to the different street. Alright, well, I'm gonna go and find some food and then get back to the hostel. You've always got to find the theatre in every city. So it's been an interesting day. It was the start of the 3rd chapter of the vlog. Dropped off at the airport, had lunch, flew 3 hours, slept for the middle hour on that flight, came, got the metro to Rossio Square, checked into my hostel, walked around the city with a crazy lady who I eventually avoided, and it's now late. It's after midnight, I know that much. I caved after seeing that crazy lady and went into a McDonald's because I knew it had Wi-Fi. And that's about it. Sorry? No thanks, man. And there's a guy right there who just asked me if I wanted to smoke weed or if I wanted cocaine. And it's kind of awkward to carry on doing that in front of him. But now I'm going to head back to the hostel and go sleep. So, good night.